Welcome back to My Drunk Answers. My name is Daniel Aaron Austin. Today, my downstairs neighbor decided to start a jam session the moment I turned on the camera. So if you hear Wonderwall or something that gets you hot and bothered in the background, just know that it's not my face doing that. It's my downstairs neighbor because apparently he knows what to do with his mouth and his fingers. If you like seeing me get drunk on camera every week, go ahead and hit that like button as well as the subscribe button down below. Already starting to slur. If you want your question answered next week, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below. And let's go ahead and jump into this week's questions before I'm too drunk to function. Haley Vore asks, how is a raven like a writing desk? Ever since I saw this in Alice in Wonderland, I have been perplexed by it. It seems that a lot of snarky people had a lot of amazing things to say, and I'm going to condense it down to 3 main schools of thought. School of thought number 1, Sam Lloyd said that Poe wrote on both. Sam Lloyd, you are witty. School of thought number 2 can apply to this and most everything in life, but it was specifically said about this. Aldous Huxley said that there is a B in both and N in neither. So that's something. School of thought number 3 comes from the greatest thinker of any generation out there. No, I don't mean Hobo Johnson. I don't mean Lord either. I don't mean Dwight K. Schrute, even though he had the best idea about overpopulation.
There's too many people on this earth. We need a new plague.
Oh yes, Miley Cyrus right there. Miley Cyrus most likely probably said that you can snort coke off of both a raven and a writing desk. So keep that in mind. Haley, I hope that answers your question. God, when did I become a lightweight? If the doctor offers you a ride in the TARDIS, where/when would you go? First off, I would have the doctor take me to whatever event in history led to the craptastic ending of Matt Smith being a doctor. But more seriously, if any one of the doctors came up to my doorstep and offered me a TARDIS ride, well, minus Peter Capaldi, I didn't like him as a doctor. If any one of the doctors other than Peter Capaldi came up to my doorstep and offered me a TARDIS ride, I would say, hey, where's magic? When and where is that in the timeline? Because I want to go to that event. I am owed a magic wand, okay? I've been waiting since I was 11 to have this moment, and it's never happened. I've been waiting for my letter to Hogwarts. Where is it? I want it. Give it to me. Actually, I think I have my wand around here somewhere. Would you rather be an immortal 80-year-old or would you rather be an immortal 8-year-old? Well, Renee, here's my answer. I immediately started having back problems the moment I turned 25, and I turned 25 like 3 weeks ago, so my outlook for being 80 isn't great right now. So I would probably choose to be like 8 years old for the rest of my life. My God, I'm already having problems speaking. Jesus Christ, this gin is strong. What is your most cringeworthy childhood memory? There are so many, Abby. That one that haunts you at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep. So for some reason, whenever I was 14 years old, my Christian private school decided, hey, you look like a kid that knows what's up. You should be on stage and lead chapel one day. And I did, and it was terrible. I decided to waltz up on stage and tell an entire auditorium full of high schoolers that were older than me about sex and how it was wrong and how abstinence was the right way, even though mechanically I didn't know how sex worked at the time. I remember whenever my older sister slunk down in her chair in that chapel service, trying not to be seen by an entire crowd full of people that knew that I was her brother.
We didn't get along very well as children.
Not only did I tell an entire chapel full of sexually frustrated high schoolers that sex was a bad idea, I also signed off that chapel service with a line from Aragon, the book. I had to look this line up from the book. It's been a really long time since I read it. And I said this to the high schoolers after that abstinence preaching. Farewell, best of luck. Avoid roasted cabbages, don't eat earwax, and look on the bright side of life.
Oh, that's not good. I don't like that.
And then I sallied off that stage into a crowd full of my peers and sat down very smugly like I had won the Nobel Peace Prize. To this day, I question my wife's decision to marry me. John Means asks, is it appropriate to tip midget strippers with coins instead of cash since that the proportion of the tip is related to the size of the service? John, you don't get any smaller just because the stripper is smaller. They have to climb you like a tree. I would say that they do more work than regular strippers. They have to get out a step ladder, they have to, climb up and then ride on top of of you. A small stripper has to do more work. Therefore, I think the tip should actually be more versus it being less because there's more work involved on her behalf. There might be less to love, but all the same, she does more work. Tip her well. John, I hope that answers your question. There's probably a more politically correct way to say midget these days. Go ahead and leave that in the comments down below just for my curiosity. God, I left the ice cube tray out and these were the only ice cubes that I have left. Apparently, I was so tipsy last time that I went over there to get the ice cubes that I left the ice cubes out and now they're melted. But you know what? I'm probably still going to get comments in the comments section down below. Not drunk enough. I get that almost every time. Or someone says that that I didn't drink at all. People, this is sustainable drunk. You guys want blackout drunk every time. I will get blackout drunk next time with Dalton Stewart, okay? I promise, all right? Move on to the next question, okay? Robotical Nick asks, would you be more afraid to find out werewolves are real or everyone thinks you look better without your beard? Nick, I think this was just a vehicle to tell me how you really feel. I'm not shaving my beard. Underneath there is no chin, and I need this to make me look like I have one, okay? Next question. Robotical Nick asks, would you participate in a Purge night scenario? And if so, what crime would you commit? With 3 penises underneath there, or that's what I can assume they are. I would participate so hard. Me and an elite fort of millennials and Gen Xers would be out there trying to, you know, take down the real bad guys. Sally Mae and Navient. I think my Postmates is here. It was, I got tacos. While everyone else is out there, you know, getting rich, we'd be out there doing the Lord's work, getting rid of student debt for thousands of people. And that's what I do on my Purge night. That would be at the top of my agenda. Top of the priority list. Thank God for Mexican food. Thank you all for your questions. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button so you see these pop up in your newsfeed every week. The idiom for the week, because Caleb Haldane asked for it, is going to be from soup to nuts. Whatever that means, and as they say in my hometown, don't forget to buy more ranch. See you next week. These tacos are so good. Thank God for Mexican food.